Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new and you're stopping by for the first time, welcome. If you enjoy Dollar Tree or DIY on a budget, then you've definitely come to the right place. I would love it if you'll become part of the family by clicking the red subscribe button and then tapping the bell and all to be notified every single time I upload. I am so happy to be back. I missed you guys so much and I hope you enjoy this DIY.
I want to be daring, baby, dance the night away. I let my head down if I won.
Start off, you want to grab some canvases from Dollar Tree. Originally, I had grabbed 6 8x10s, but once I started opening them and figuring up how big I wanted it, I did only end up using 4. So I just started by taking them all out of the plastic, and then I have this staple remover. You guys, I love this thing. It removes these staples so easily. I got it from Walmart and it is a Dritz. I'll try to link it below if I can, but I definitely recommend it because it makes taking these staples out a breeze. So once I took all the staples out, I just took the canvas part, set that aside. I always save it. And then I took my clamps out. I took some Gorilla wood glue and I just ran a bead of glue down the side, clamped 2 together. I did the same for the next part, and then I went down 2 of them with a bead of glue and then glued that to the other 2. And these clamps, I also got them at Walmart. I think they came in like an 8-pack. I don't remember how much they were, but I do know that they weren't very expensive at all, and I use them all the time. So this is another item that I definitely recommend, especially, when you need to hold stuff together, and you can try to use books and heavy stuff to hold it together, but it just doesn't do the trick like these clamps do. So after I have this all clamped up, I set that aside to dry. Now, I got these planners from Dollar Tree. If you can find an inexpensive one from like Walmart or a different store, I definitely recommend that because I did want this the whole length of this little frame. I don't know what you want to call it, but it wasn't quite long enough and there was definitely some gaps on the ends, so I definitely recommend trying to find a bigger one. This works, and I really did like the way it turned out, but I just wanted to mention that. So because it's really cold here, I didn't want to spray paint, so I just took some sterling silver in folk art. I believe it's metallic, and I just gave this planner a nice coat of the metallic. So once I had the sides done, I did flip it around and do the edges. I did the edges last because that's what I was using to hold it to be able to paint the sides. I also did go down in the inside a little bit, but it really doesn't matter in the end. So I had this little wooden plaque from Dollar Tree. I've had it for a while and it was in the craft section. So I don't have one of those fancy craft sections. It's like half of the crafter square, but I'm sure your local Dollar Tree will have one, and if not, I've seen something like this at Walmart as well. And I don't give this a really good coat. I just want it to look distressed. So I did just randomly paint strokes and leave a little bit of the natural wood peeking through. So while that's drying and the planter is drying, I set them aside, and now my little frames are ready. So I definitely recommend, if yours are as rough as mine, to sand them down, but this mama was tired and I did not feel like sanding, you guys. I wish I would have. But anyway, I just first gave it a good coat of ink Waverly chalk paint. I then thought it would be really cool to use some crackle medium because I did want the top of this to be white and then have the black shine through. So I did give it a really good coat of crackle medium. A little bit of it did crackle, but to be honest, I should have sanded it because of how rough it is, it didn't crackle like I wanted to. But if you're using crackle medium, give it a really good first coat. Put the crackle medium on really thick, let that dry. You want to let the first coat dry as well, and then do your top coat, and do not swipe your top coat paint very much, and you should get these really beautiful crackles. So next, I just want to galvanize my planter, so I do go in with some Elephant Waverly chalk paint and a natural sponge. I dab off the excess, and then I just randomly dab where I see fit. There's no rhyme or reason to this, you guys. It's just to your preference. So I do this all the way around, and then I go in with some white, and I do not do the white as much as I do the elephant.
I'm standing outside waiting for you. You were always taking time, baby, playing it through. I was calling out your name, with my eyes on the wall. You were running like a ghost from me. You were running from it all. You got me waiting, I'm on fire. You got me waiting, my desire. Keep on moving to the purpose now.
So once my crackle medium dried really good, you want to let crackle medium dry like extra time, and I put my white coat on. I set that aside. So I went back to my plaque. I took my natural bristle brush from Walmart, and I just dry brushed the edges, not really dark, just very lightly. I just wanted it to stand out a little bit. And after I dry brushed this on, I did go on my computer beforehand, and I printed out fresh cut flowers, 25 cents a bundle, and I just went ahead and used my graphite paper to trace that on. Once I had lettering all traced on, I went in with my black paint pen. Now normally I order my paint pens off Amazon, but I had realized that mine was out today, so while I was out at Walmart, I just grabbed this paint pen from the craft section, and I believe it was like $2, but I like these because you can buy ultra thin and thin, or ultra fine and fine point. So once I had those all traced on, I did just freehand a little vine. I thought that the sides were a bit bare, so this really wasn't hard, and if you need to run it back a few times to do that, you can. So I then just made a simple bow. This is just regular Dollar Tree burlap and lace ribbon. I just folded it over on itself 2 times. I cut a longer piece. I also cut a piece of twine. I cinched it in the middle and tied my twine around it. After I had my twine wrapped and knotted, I then just went ahead, snipped the edges of the twine, and I also kind of played with it to get it the way I liked, and then cut 2, I think it's called dovetails. I don't know, but you can see what I did here. Very simple bow, and anybody can do this bow. I wasn't always good at bows either. So I then just took a piece of floral foam. I put some hot glue on the bottom just so that way it wouldn't move around. And you guys, you can use greenery from Dollar Tree or any flowers you want, but I really enjoy the Walmart greenery, so that's what, or Walmart floral, so that's what I got. So this clip I kind of lost, but my husband helped me. I just cut a piece in the back so that way it would lay flush, and then he just screwed it right into the back on one side. If you try to screw it in the middle, it probably would break apart. So after I had all my greenery cut up, I then just randomly started putting it in here, and this piece of foam wasn't quite long enough, so you just on the ends just want to go in and at an angle so that way you cannot see inside of your planter. So I was just going to glue the fresh cut flowers right on there, and then I decided to put a bead hanger. So I just took some painter's tape so that I could string the twine through the beads. I got these beads on Amazon. I'm pretty sure they're linked below if they're not already in my Amazon favorites. I will link it. Once I had those strung through, I meant to do 10, but somehow I did 11, but whatever. And I'm sorry for my belly in the shot and my hair. I had you guys up a little bit higher just so that way you could see what I was doing, and I apologize. I didn't realize it till I'm editing this video, but I just took a very small screw, screwed it at the top, and hung our sign. And that is it, you guys. It is that quick and easy to make this beautiful fresh cut flower planter for spring. Again, I keep saying it, but I am so excited for spring, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I really missed you guys, and I'm happy to be back. Please give me a big thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.
1, 2, 3. I've been feeling so small. Watch the clock ticking off the wall, but tonight I'm letting it go. Spend my